This pump and dump scam is being circulated by an organization called the National Inflation Association, or NIA. Behind the NIA is notorious penny stock pump and dumper Jonathan Levitt. If you don't know who Jonathan Levitt is, check him out on Google. Go to his Wikipedia page. He's the kid, the high school kid, who did a pump and dump stock scam in high school. And he actually was the youngest, I think he's the only minor ever charged by the SEC. He ended up settling with them by giving them $285,000 of his profits. I think he still kept about $500,000. I don't think he admitted to doing wrong, but he is a stock pump and dumper. And unfortunately, that's what I believe this National Inflation Association is all about. They use very good rhetoric. As I said, most of it comes from me.
You know, everything that Peter Schiff says about the economy is absolutely the truth, okay? But don't invest your money in him if you're much better off on your own, making your own investment decisions. You can make a fortune in the next year on your own. They want to lose 70% of their money, you know, you can invest with Peter Schiff. I mean, don't invest with somebody that doesn't spend any time doing due diligence on companies, spends his time going on TV to promote a book, and the whole purpose of the book is to promote open an account with Euro Pacific Capital.
Okay, let's go to Barb in Connecticut.
Oh, hi, Peter. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
We're actually Euro Pacific customers, and unfortunately, we don't have a great story yet.
You bought, or all the stocks you bought, were probably highly income-oriented. And I know a lot of those types of stocks that were paying the highest dividends, a lot of those stocks took pretty good hits because a lot of those stocks were in Australia, a lot of them were in New Zealand. Those currencies were down about 40%. A lot of them were in Canadian oil trusts.
Yes.
We probably bought you a lot of Canadian trusts, and a lot of those trusts, some of them were down 90% from their peak prices in a very short period of time.
Yep.
You know, so none of the trusts have gone bankrupt, and a lot of those trusts are up 50% to 100% now off their lows, but they're still considerably down. But I think a lot of those trusts that were down significantly are going to come back, and they're going to come back very strong once you see a reversal in the price of oil. If I'm right, if oil prices go back up to $100 a barrel, and if natural gas prices turn around, a lot of these energy trusts that people were basically throwing out the window at these prices, are going to reverse course. And some of those stocks ended up cutting their dividends because what happened was, as oil prices or natural gas prices fell, they couldn't maintain the dividends that they had because they pay the dividends based on selling their oil and gas.
Right.
So if oil and gas prices drop, they have to reduce their dividends, and as they reduce the dividends, that also puts pressure on the stock prices because people are selling. But as the price of oil and gas starts to rise back up, now they can start raising their dividends, and people can start anticipating that, and now the stock prices will start to rise and follow the dividends back up. Although even though they've dropped in price, and even though some of these stocks have cut their dividends that they're paying, even based on the higher prices that you might have paid, the yield is still significantly higher than what people are getting in the bank. I mean, it's not even close.
When do you think, your theory for all of this is going to materialize before we go bankrupt?
Hey, this is G4T, George for Title, George Heminger, one of the founders of National Inflation Association, and I'm responding to a video that Peter Schiff did on National Inflation Association being a scam, rip-off, pump-and-dump stock scheme. First of all, I take offense. I take offense with this word scam. We are all adults. This is about disseminating information. This is, you yourself said in your video that you want your words put out there for the masses. Well then, why are you attacking an organization that supports your arguments? Don't you think people out there are adults enough to understand the information and to make decisions for themselves? Or does Peter Schiff have to come in there and protect his investors? Really, Peter, why didn't you protect them in 2008 where you lost some of your clients 60% of their assets? This is documented facts by you on your own radio show.